Alright, we've got another delivery from Muscle Food. Usually get our food and stuff delivered, or meats anyway, from Muscle Food, but this week I've also got a lot of extra supplements because, further to my last video, in this CrossFit challenge that I'm going to be doing, so I've got a new supplement stack specifically for the type of workouts that I've been doing. I think with the amount of new clients and stuff that I've been taking on, the extra classes, and then the amount of kind of technical stuff that I'm doing in the gym now, so it's not just like a case of getting in, you know, getting in 45 minutes to an hour, blasting the workout done and getting out of there. It's a lot of time I'm spending a lot of time working on technical lifts, working on Olympic lifts, so I'm in the gym longer. Sometimes I'm in there for an hour working on a technical lift, then I'm doing a WOD afterwards. So the supplements that I've got this time are a lot more to suit these types, this type of stuff. So I'm just going to get the food out first and leave that out to the Okay, so I'm going to run through with you just the supplements that I've got and why I've got them. So I've got plenty of creatine and plenty of dextrose for my kind of pre-workout and intra-workout drink that I usually have when I'm in the gym. So I've got plenty of that. The only things that I needed to get add in that I was running out of was just your whey protein isolate. So that's just the whey protein isolate 90 from Muscle Food, vanilla flavour. But we've got, so that was just something that we needed anyway, just your usual post-workout shake and supplementing whenever you've not had enough protein in the day. So I'm just going to run through the stuff that I've got that I wouldn't usually get, and explain to you why I've got each thing. So if you want to zoom in and see what I've actually got this time, I've got arginine, alpha ketyl glutarate, or most people would just say AAKG, Ribose powder and taurine, and then I've got Cymix, BCA, Intra Hardcore. To be honest with you, I usually would just get your branched chain amino acids, instantized powder, but that's actually what I've actually used this before Cymix when I was in America, and the taste is really nice, and it was on deal on Muscle Food, so that's why I've got that. It's almost 500 grams, so just to say it worked out a lot cheaper than actually the Muscle Food's own BCAs, so I've got that. BCAs, I would usually get that anyway. I get it flavoured, so that's instead of putting a juice or anything like that in my drink when I'm working out, I can put, this is mixed berry, so it looks red, because the past I've been getting orange ones and I get some strange looks when I get my orange drink in the gym. So that's just healthy taste, but also it keeps the amino acid profile in your muscles, because you're constantly drinking and getting amino acids, the essential ones, into your muscles. But these three are three that I wouldn't usually get, but because of the type of training that I'm doing, as I say, I'm working out longer, the reason why, I'm going to run through the reason why I've got each one. So, Ribose powder, the reason I got that, a lot of doctors actually prescribe Ribose powder to people who have like chronic fatigue syndrome, other things like that, because it can help with energy. But in terms of performance in the gym, the reason why I bought this is because ATP, basically, I'm gonna make sure I've got my phone for some notes here, because I want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. So it's adenosine triphosphate, which is ATP. So most people would just know it's ATP. That's the actual energy, or the kind of what your muscles use for energy for firing. So if you can imagine in a car, you've got your petrol or your diesel. That's your fuel that the car's taking in. So you're taking in your glucose, your glycogen from your carbs and from the food that you're taking in. But then when that fuel goes through and then goes into the pistons, as those pistons go down and fire, that explosion that's created, that thing that fires the pistons, that you can imagine that as the ATP. So you're taking in that glucose, but then the ATP is the actual fuel that the muscles themselves use to fire. So if you're doing a heavy set of deadlifts, a heavy set of squats or bench, anything like that, then you finish that set, you're just generally about 3 minutes before the ATP is fully recovered and fully back up in the muscles, fully refilled in the muscles. So that's why I'm kind of a I always try and promote a longer rest period. A lot of people try and they say get in the gym and get out of the gym as quick as you can. 60-second intervals, 60-second rest in between each set, keep the pump up. As much as the pump is important for hypertrophy reasons, you want to be making sure, especially on your big lifts, especially on your kind of more technical lifts, that you're putting as much performance in. That's why you see powerlifters and strongmen, they are in the gym for 2, sometimes 3 hours, because the rest periods, they take long rest periods so that they can get as much as they can out of each set, each lift that they're doing. So rather than going 60 seconds and you've not fully restored that ATP in the muscles, you're having to, I usually like to promote to wait 3 minutes at least in between the big lifts. But now that I'm doing this CrossFit challenge, I don't have that luxury. You know, the clock's going, I'm trying to get things done as quick as I can. I might be finishing a set of deadlifts and be straight onto pull-ups, so my lats are already burning, and I'm looking for that ATP to be there as quick as I can. So what Ribose powder does is it's the actual simple sugar that creates or promotes the production of ATP in the muscles. So the aim is that with this, I'll be able to recover quicker, and rather than having to wait that 3 minutes, that ATP will be ready for me to utilise it quicker in the muscles. So really the main aim is to bring the times down on my workouts, on my WODs, bring the times down by using this. Hopefully that will help me recover quicker when I'm actually training, so it's more for performance in the gym. So that will be in my shake for pre-workout, but also in, not shake, my pre-workout drink, but then I continue to drink that, you know, during my workout, intra-workout. Taurine is the next one I've got. You might have heard of taurine. It's in a lot of energy drinks, your Powerades, your Gatorades, these kind of things. It's taurine's in that, but these are also a lot of these, and then obviously you've got your kind of fizzy energy drinks and stuff as well. A lot of these are full of caffeine and stuff as well, and so they get a bad rap. But taurine actually is one of the good things that when you're buying supplements, it's an amino acid, but it's considered a non-essential amino acid because the body can't produce it. But when you're buying supplements, you're looking at, there's so many. You might have your BCAAs, which is your essential amino acids, but you look at a list of amino acids on your supplement sites. There's so many different ones. You could spend an absolute fortune buying different amino acids, and you might be confused at what ones to get. But when it comes to buying supplements, you've got to think about bang for your buck, how much money you've got to spend and how much extra performance you're going to get from what you can buy. And I mean, this bag, 250 grams, that should last me quite a while. £4.50 on Muscle Food, and you might get it even cheaper elsewhere if you're getting if you find it on deal and stuff like that. So it's not expensive. So for what it is, what you're paying for it, the benefits that I'm going to get from it are, you know, it goes without saying, it's worth getting. It promotes muscle growth, but also studies have shown that it increases athletic performance in the gym. So again, the main aim for me here is to improve my WODs, to get my times down. This challenge is so different from anything I've done before. I'm not aiming for muscle growth. I'm not aiming for fat loss on stage. My aim is performance and purely performance. So I'm trying to get as much performance as I can for as little money as I can. So I'd highly recommend you get taurine if money's not as tight. And the last one, arginine alpha ketoglutarate, AAKG. You might have heard of AAKG as a supplement a lot of bodybuilders will use for promoting the pump, that feeling of intense pump. It's actually in a lot of pre-workouts, along with beta-alanine and other things like that. But that feeling of the pump you get, some people talk about AKG as giving you like a pump that feels like you're going to bust, your muscles are going to bust out your skin. But that feeling of the pump is because AAKG promotes the kind of transport of nutrients through the blood and into the muscles. So it helps shuttle nutrients and fluid and stuff into your muscles. So that's why you get that feeling of the pump. But that's going to help, the fact that does that is going to help with my recovery. So I'm going to be able to train the next day fine, even if I'm working the same type of muscles. I'm going to help me with recovery, but it's also going to help me when I'm in the gym. So I might be getting a pump while I'm working out, but also it'll be taking those waste products out of my muscles and circulating them around, and it can also help with cramp because of that. So if I'm going for maybe a longer WOD, for me, I'm someone who's quite powerful over the short, sharp ones, but when it comes into the longer ones, I start to fatigue. So this could still make this could be the extra thing along with my electrolytes and stuff that I put in my intra workout drink. This could also be something that helps me stop getting cramp and keeps me going for longer than I would. So that's my supplement stack for this CrossFit challenge. We've got 1 month from now until the end of February until we start, so it should last me into my workout, into the challenge once the actual WODs start getting released from CrossFit. So we'll see how it goes.